So I posted a video about how I did a castor oil pack for every night for almost 4 months, and I was able to shrink 2 of my ovarian cysts. And I got a lot of questions about it. Like, people were like, how do you do it? Do you eat it? Like, all of these questions. So I wanted to make a video to answer all of these questions. Okay. One, let me give some context. Okay. I have always had like ovarian cysts, benign ovarian cysts. I had dermoid cysts when I was in my teens. I don't even remember what these are called because I like literally tuned it out. I'm like, if it's not cancerous, I don't really care. I had a grapefruit size one that I had while I was pregnant. And mind you, I had an emergency C-section. Why it wasn't taken out during that surgery, I don't know, but they annotated it. So I got sewed up, and then a couple months later, I had surgery to remove that cyst. Even though I do believe it popped because I had a emergency situation at the hospital in between that time period where I was in an excruciating amount of pain. So I believe it popped, and they said it popped when they were in the surgery. What is true? I don't know. Does it matter? No, we're not gonna harp on the past. But the point is I had that surgery a few months after I had my daughter. I had a follow-up scan, I would say less than a year later. I would say it was like 9 months later. And lo and behold, I was told I have more cysts on my ovaries. Now, a 4-centimeter one on my left ovary and basically a 4-centimeter one on my right ovary. And I was like, great, cool. So what? I'm going to just get pregnant, schedule a C-section so that I can just take the cysts out when they take the baby out. My doctor was like, that's not a bad idea. I was like, I'm literally kidding. Anyway, I decided I was going to experiment because I have done castor oil packs in the past. I've done them a little like intermittently, not consistently, but I was like, I really believe that there is a way to minimize these. Sometimes people have cysts too, and they literally pass with each period. Mind you, my period has not been regular since I've had my daughter. As of now, I have not had my period in months, and I'm not pregnant. So I don't know what's going on. I think that there is some spiritual aspect to this, is that I have a lot of fear and trauma around giving birth, and my body is like a little scared to let that happen again. That's another conversation in another video. But I also believe that through diet as well, I could eliminate these. I just know myself. Since I'm also not in like a life or death situation, I don't feel the need to completely overhaul my lifestyle in that way. Because for the most part, I do eat very well. I have like 1 cup of espresso a day. I do have processed sugar. I have a big sweet tooth, but I try not to have processed sugar every day. And I eat mostly whole foods. I love a snack, but I've gotten a lot better about not really eating processed foods as snacks, especially every day. And I work out, I meditate, I have low cortisol, like everything is good for the most part. My testosterone and my estrogen are a little bit low. So that is like the full context of where I'm at. And this is not medical advice, you guys. This isn't medical advice. This is an experiment I decided to do for myself. I have read about castor oil and its anti-inflammatory properties. People say it helps with bloating. People say it helps with scarring. I also have a C-section scar, so I'm working with that. It helps with hair growth. If you've never felt castor oil, it's a very thick oil. It's not like almond oil. It's not like olive oil. It's not like canola oil. It is a very thick and has a viscosity. Unlike any other oil, it's very, very dense. It's a little annoying to work with because sometimes I would do it on my hair, sometimes I would do it on my eyebrows, my eyelashes, but I don't do that anymore. It's too messy. We're focusing on here. So some people do castor oil on their belly button with a patch. The belly button is basically like a portal. It's skin that has been, obstructed via being cut off with the umbilical cord. So there is in my mind, there's a sense it's like easier access. So people do that, but this is what I do. So this here is my pack. This is a castor oil pack. You can also just use an old towel and lay it on yourself, lay in bed, lay it on top of yourself with the castor oil. You can do that. I get this off Amazon. I will put the brand here. I have it on like a subscription, so I get it every 2 months. Okay, so and it's nice because you can adjust it how you want. So you can either apply, this is the castor oil I use, organic castor oil, cold pressed, Queen of Thrones, organic and cold press. Your skin is your largest organ. Your skin is absorbing it, right? Someone left a comment saying, this doesn't work, like this is not, it's only like works localized, like blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's great that that's what you believe. I believe that the body is a full system, and I believe that the skin, actually, I know that can absorb a lot. So this really is what worked for me and what I believe. So make sure you get an organic. This is also in a glass bottle. Don't get it in plastic. Like just if you're going to do this, like you might as well do it right. So get a nicer quality castor oil. So Queen of Thrones, this is the one I get. I actually don't think I like the pump. I put the pump on it, but I don't think I like the pump, but that's a whole other thing. So basically you want to use about a tablespoon. So it's like a substantial amount. You can either put it on the pack directly and then just lay it. I'm not gonna take off my clothes. You can just infer, right? So my ovaries are here, right? Here are my hip bones. My ovaries are like right here. I apply it. If I do it on my skin, I'm applying it directly there. I'm doing it on the low part of my abdomen. I also do the belly button because why not? If it's gonna help alleviate get some movement going, great. Side note, a lot of people asked, oh, do you ingest it? Okay, not for this. If you're a little constipated, there are castor oil pills. I've never done that, but I have from experience. Again, a whole other story. I have ingested castor oil as is. And yes, it works. It works, it gets things moving. So no, I'm not talking about ingesting for ovarian cysts. I'm talking about applying it externally, sleeping with it. My ovaries are here, my scar is here. I'm applying it everywhere, okay? You can go up here too, why not, whatever. I apply this on, I have a red light. Sometimes I will sit with it with the red light, but usually I just put this on right before I go to bed. I put on a big t-shirt, or something that I really don't care is gonna get oily. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night to pee and I'll take it off. Sometimes I sleep on through the night. Ideally, you wanna have it on for a few hours. Some people say, oh, like 2 10-minute sessions a day. I think the more the merrier. Easier to, I'm sleeping on it. The heat from being under the covers and having this on top of it is also helping it get into the system. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. Does this make sense? I hope so. Castor oil pack. People had some very interesting questions. I don't think some people actually watched the video because I'm like, is everyone good? So anyway, that's castor oil. It's been used for centuries. There's gotta be something there. I just plan to do it quite literally until I'm not breathing anymore. Some people ask, do you do this on your period? Well, I don't really have a consistent period, but when I was having a period, and sometimes I was getting it twice a month and it was really heavy, I was not doing it at that time. So do that, again, under your own discretion. This is not medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes and fun experimental purposes, okay? I hope that's helpful. Bye.